on. Yeah, it lingers on.
What's up, everybody? Admit. What's going on, Eric?
Yo,
Metal detecting in the house.
what's up?
What's going on, dude? Hello.
Nothing.
Look, where's my crew? Where are they at?
Where's Merrill? He was here.
Yeah, he's I don't know what happened. There we go. Maybe? I don't know. I just hit approve. There he is. Hi, Meryl.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, he's muted. You're muted. Oh, let me unmute you.
Muted.
There we go.
Hold on. Is that good?
Yeah, you're perfect. What's up?
Good. Oh, nothing.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, figure. Things of these things are disorienting. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. I have a echo. I think that's because I got the stream volume up.
Hi, Ezra.
I think you're good now.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't hear any
Let's
echo
do
on my side, so that's good. Let's go. I don't know where my crew is. They said they'll be there. One guy's
I heard I was coming.
Maybe that's what it is. Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too, buddy.
Digitally, I guess.
Yes.
We're so close to each other.
Yeah, you guys are northern New Jersey, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Trey's north. I'm central.
Okay, north and central, East Coast, upper East Coast, absolutely.
Have you guys ever detected with each other before?
No.
No.
I want to, but we haven't had a chance to.
Oh, dude, you're always welcome.
Meryl, is your group exclusive?
No.
Let any of us Jersey guys come?
Oh man, listen. To me, I really think that the most important word in the world is welcome. And if anything, I felt very welcome by other detectorists. So you naturally do the same thing. I try to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about a group. When we talked about this weekend, Greg, one of our group members, found something amazing. We just dropped the video, but he said, "I'm glad you guys were there with us with him because it wouldn't have been the same without him." Without, like the group camaraderie. When he pulled it out of the ground, we were like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe you found it." But I love doing that, and we love meeting new people too. Metal detecting community seems to be one of the most accepting from what I've seen.
Good people.
Yeah.
So many good people.
Yeah.
And when one of your friends pulls something, of course you have that moment of jealousy. Everybody does. But overall, you catch yourself. You're like, no, be happy for your friends. And I was actually addressing this in one of my most recent videos. Like, since I started detecting with other people, and since we've like switched parks, treated parks like baseball cards, back in the day, I have found new stuff. I have found new places. That's what it's all about. And the people, you really can't beat the people. I just love detectorists and hang around them. It's like we're all wired the same.
Yeah, it's true. We're all a little bit crazy. That's what.
Yep.
Luckily, I've gotten the chance to hunt with Eric a couple times down in Central Jersey.
Nice.
And, he's come up and hunted with us a little bit too, huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
As silly as this sounds, I've never hunted in Jersey.
What are you waiting for, Meryl?
It's funny. The first, I started in 2012, and the first 6 or so years that I did it, it was, I pretty much stayed very local. I stayed to the same parks. I'm right by Jones Beach out on Long Island, and it was the awkwardness of holding a detector in public. And if anything, it's just like, I got used to that. Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Yeah, I got used to it, and I branched out, and I was like, what the hell? Let's do some YouTube videos with it. So
it's amazing to me that a lot of the places that you go they're public spots. You find so much, like when we think of public spots out here, I'm like, oh, that place has been pounded. But then you go and then you find some amazing things. And I see some of the other people out there, and we have a friend that lives in Long Island who does the exact same thing, and I'm just amazed by it.
Yeah, it's a volume thing. I mean, when you have a volume of objects that are dropped, it takes that much longer to take the metal out of the soil or the sand, and you always miss it. I'm a believer in the statement, it's never hunted out.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Me
I
too.
mean, how many times have we, we have these honey holes that we call them,
Yep.
that you continue to go back to. I mean, Eric, you got your honey hole. And how
Yeah,
many
I think
sellers have
that's
you brought
pretty much done though.
out?
It's
No such
dried
thing.
Well,
up.
get Merrill out there. He'll find
Right,
something.
right, exactly.
You know what's crazy though? Have you ever tried a different detector at that honey hole? Like it's like a new place again. Like I've been collecting detectors. Everybody's got their vices. That's my vice right there. I've got like, a whole bunch of detectors.
Mhm.
And you could play around with their settings a bit. And each time that you try something new, they're all a little bit different. Then you have coil sizes, a sniper coil.
Yeah.
I can't believe like what a different world it is with the sniper coil because it localizes it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
so much.
or even jumping up to a 15-inch. I mean, that was a game changer both when I swapped to a Tornado when I had the AT Pro and when I got the 15-inch for my 800. I mean, night and
There
day.
you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
What coil do you use the most, Merrill? Is it the smaller one just because of the concentration, or what?
It's funny. Let me just preface this. I've borrowed my friend's sniper coil. I've been meaning to purchase one of my own, but I always go towards a new detector instead of the sniper coil. And I think the next time that I do that, I'm going to go for the sniper coil because there's only so much of a jump that you could really take, by getting a new detector.
I see.
And I'm satisfied. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, you do a lot of comparisons too, which is really helpful.
Yeah. No.
Figure out what they do.
In terms of coil, the only specialized coil I have, it's called the Watt coil Wild Orange thing, and it's absolutely huge, and it's heavy, and it's on a heavy detector. The MindLab Safari, which will break your arm in the first place. And then
I feel
when
it.
you hit that on, oh my God! Let's put it this way: I got one diesel muscle left
I
on
was
my
gonna
body.
say
Popeye syndrome.
Popeye's shoulder,
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. Oh man, but I use the 15-inch coil, especially when we're doing farms.
Yeah.
That seems to be the most helpful. You cover the most area, and then it goes a lot deeper from what I've found. That's for sure.
And the targets are farther and fewer in between, so it does pick up on it. It doesn't have to fight so much iron. At least it's spread out.
Yeah. So.
I can't claim to be an expert at searching farms, even though there's some far out on Long Island. I see we have somebody else here.
What's up, Greg?
How are you?
Hey there, how are you
It's
guys?
the GW.
Hey,
BW,
don't give away our new our most recent video, bud. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh, did I tell? Oh, I told Eric, right?
Yeah.
It was a weird situation. Come on, Trey.
Okay.
He messaged me and was like, "Congrats."
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. So
I was like,
Well, it's out there now.
you only gave it away to 17 people right now. So we're
right?
okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Plus the replays.
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
kind of bad with this live stuff.
So speaking of Merrill, Greg actually does a lot of almost primarily public spots, and he continues to find amazing stuff time after time after time again too. So that's what we were just talking about, Greg, is that he does a lot of public places, and a lot of people think they're hunted out, but they're really
Oh
not.
yeah, nope.
Greg's an XP Deus user. So.
Yeah.
Now you see, I'm glad you said that. That's the one detector that is just intriguing me a lot because I've heard. I mean, it really has a cult following. It's got people.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
It's a cult following for sure.
Yeah.
Not a bad way.
I feel like I'll never get rid of it. It will be the only machine I use until I can't detect, which hopefully one is never. But yeah,
that's a hell of an endorsement right there.
It really is. Yeah.
I guess that sniper coil is being thrown out the window right now.
Oh man, I mean, he does really well. When I went to the UK, that it was either the Equinox or the XP Deus. That's the only two you saw really out there. So,
yeah, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I want to try the Deus as well. But then there's so many new things that are coming out, and the Equinox does so well for me. It's hard.
Yeah, you kill it with the Equinox. There's always a learning curve when you switch companies with metal detectors, but it's always worth a shot.
Yeah, I had that going from the AT Pro to the 800 for sure. It was definitely. You were there. I think, Greg, you were there on the first inaugural hunt with that thing, and
Oh, okay.
it was tough. It was tough, but I did pull out that massive ring.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, so it was actually a pretty cool find. It's a Ted Evans ring. He was the tallest man in the world back in the 1930s.
Oh, that one.
40s.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like literally.
It's like a pipe fitting, but it's a ring, and it was sized to his actual finger.
Sideshow kind of.
And they sold it as a souvenir at the sideshows because it was like it's massive. I mean, wild. And it just says Ted Evans, tallest man in the world. It was a pretty cool find.
Oh, that's cool. Well, Merrill, we're going to go over some of your best finds. Eric had sent me over some of your, links so we can pull it up and go over it. I want to get what you were feeling like, what the day was like, what the find was, that sort of stuff. We like to go over, some of the key feelings and key finds that you have. So you want to do it? You want to do the first clip?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Let me pull this up real fast. This one, the first one that I have is the big New York silver. So you went to Taco Bell first, I think, in this one.
The Taco Bell, I was going to bring that up with the ring. I was going to ask, and I didn't know if you guys saw the silly tradition that we have. Anytime that you pull a ring, Taco Bell, it unlocks Taco Bell.
I love
that. With silver, it's now Haagen-Dazs. So
really?
it's not good for the waistline. So I got to get my steps in when I detect. But
I was going to say this is a dangerous.
Right.
This is a dangerous hobby at this point. Our
it
cholesterol.
really is. It really is. If I don't get my steps in, I'm in big trouble right there.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We'll take a look at this. And
Hi, Julian.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hey, Julian.
Hi,
Hey.
Like, look what I got today.
What's that? Pastry proof?
Magnify. They dropped it today.
Is that a beer?
Yeah.
Wait, what is it, Jay?
Listen,
Hold on, let me.
fruited ghost,
it is-
fruit, peanut butter, strawberry, raspberry, and blueberry.
Wow.
Whoa.
That sounds delicious.
Not what you
It's a lot of
expected.
berry.
All right, we're gonna look at Merrill's first find here.
There we
Hold
go.
on.
Do it.
But beer is important, though, especially at this point in time when you're stuck at home. All right, that's a beautiful
of
shot.
unselfishness, and that will be remembered. And
That is the signature of a coin. No way! Holy shit! Holy shit! Big silver!
Oh, I love it, man.
Big
Oh,
silver!
that's awesome.
The walk or half is just
Okay, I've calmed down. Oh! Holy crap!
That looks like that one's in good shape.
Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this puppy. Holy cow. Yeesh. Bird.
Wow.
Where was it?
Beautiful bird.
This was a park, a public park in the Bronx.
I owe you a
That's
big
wild.
shout out. I'm getting a big shout out in this video.
LI,
You
Long Island.
deserve
You
like
guys watch the park.
100,000 subscribers. I don't even have 100,000 subscribers, but thank you. Thank you.
I'm still proud.
That's awesome.
Meryl,
That is such
where
a
do you
sweet
live?
find.
So I live in Freeport, which is southern Long Island. It's the last exit right before Jones Beach. And
Oh, okay.
I teach. I'm an admin now, but for the longest time I've taught in the Bronx. And I know the local parks. Another YouTuber, Tracy from Tracy's Treasures, New York, Pennsylvania. She recommended this park to me, and she was actually kind enough. I have a goal. I don't know if you guys have been tuning into my the latest videos. I've got a cigar box that I'm trying to fill to the top with silver, and it's basically doubling my silver output from 7 years before in 1 year.
Wow.
And you were asking what was going through my head. I'm like, oh my God, that's like 10 Mercury dimes.
Meryl,
It's
Yeah.
true.
tell them how much clad you found last year.
Over $1,000. I think it was something like $1,050.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's, you know what's going through my mind when you say that? You're in New York and you do public parks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm in northern New Jersey and do public parks for the most part.
Yeah.
And usually my clad for 1 year is between 75 to $100.
Wow.
We're detecting probably less frequently though.
Yeah, but
Probably.
still, I mean, just the density there.
But
is just-
I'm just correlating the density of population.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It's still
Yeah.
like 10 times more. So like that
Yeah.
density greatly outweighs the amount of times we go out. But
No, New York City, honestly, people sneeze quarters. Pre-coronavirus, it was just we're scared of projectiles hitting you, a quarter. So you just, and I admit, I'll be the first to admit, I cherry pick. Like I will never say no to a quarter.
Yeah.
My AT Pro, I bought just with metal detecting change. And
That's
actually,
awesome.
yeah, 2 other detectors before that. I started out just with a toy. My toy bought the Bounty Hunter, Hunter with the AT Pro, and this is all with clad. So it adds up. And now I'm doing that with the stock market. I'm putting it into the stock market, and I got the series Becoming
I
a
saw
Millionaire Metal Detecting. Do you know
I saw that. Yeah.
do you know the formula for that? I mean, it's pure craziness. I'm the first to admit. It's going to take 40 years with the math. I'm going to need $2,000 per year, and this is counting clad, counting metal detecting, channel income and such.
Mhm.
Going that into the stock market, I have to get that much minimum for 40 years, getting 10% interest. Oh, it's a long shot. I'll be in my 80s, but it's going to be fun.
Hey, at least you'll be rich in your 80s, though. That's
There
what
you go.
I love
but
that
that's
plan
it.
though. You
Yeah,
buy
no,
the
that's awesome.
entry level detector, detect enough where you get enough clad to buy the next level up.
Yeah. And
upgrade
that's how you learn them thoroughly too. And
Yeah.
when you get the next level up, you really appreciate it. And oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. The top of the line detector from MindLab, the CT 3030, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's a real difference between that and the Safari, say, or the Equinox. It's like moving up a notch with the fine wine. The Deus, I want to get the Deus. I want to be able to compare. I can talk on the whatchamacallit, the Nocta Macro. I have that. I want to be able to be a detector connoisseur.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you
Well,
will.
well,
I like that.
when I was getting the Deus, I was contemplating on the Deus or the CTX 3030, and what won me over in the end was the weight of the XP Deus. Not to sound like a wuss, but my elbow's kind of shot.
No, it's
But
so
the
that was
compactability of that
definitely
machine is
tough.
off the charts.
Yeah, it's
when you can
Mine is
smash it to
versatile
this
as
big
anything.
and you can take the coil off just as easy. I mean, it's a
Oh.
great machine. It's really cool.
If
I have-
only everything was that easy.
Yeah, I'm still running 3.2, which is, the operation program or whatever. I think they're up to 5.2 or something. I don't know, but
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I got it secondhand, and it's been on the same operating program since, and it still works. Right?
Yeah.
You find some epic stuff.
Meryl, do you ever make the upgrades, like different shafts, the carbon fiber, the looks, that sort of stuff?
Only coil. That's about as far as I'll go. And I mean, I beat it into the ground. Like my detectors are scratched. My detectors are heavily used. I need to at least once a day have some detecting time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this, and Tyler in the chat also said weight is important. He is not wrong. And
absolutely.
We do a lot of fields, so we'll be swinging for an hour without finding a signal at some points.
Wow.
So having a huge coil plus a heavy shaft plus, the machine weight on there as well, I would say one of the best investments I made for the Equinox was the adjustable carbon fiber shaft.
Yeah, I love that thing. It's a game changer.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I love it.
I'm taking mental notes right now.
Plus, the Equinox, when it comes from the factory, it's not the most compactable,
No.
So having stuff like that, it really helps. We also have a 3D printed.
Yeah,
We
I'm
haven't
so
used it
excited
yet.
for this.
It's a 3D printed module folder, so you can fold it back onto itself, so it's even more compact when you're not using it. So
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
we got to go to
No,
Home Depot
I-
and get the hardware,
I've-
but
yeah.
I have not pimped mine out yet. It is basic. I didn't even get the 800. I got the 600 because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what I have.
gold digging in New York, you know.
Yeah.
And
I only have the
Oh.
800 because I found a deal. So I was like, all right, let me just take advantage of it. And
yeah.
You don't
Is
find
the
yourself
difference
prospecting
that-
out there, Meryl?
yeah,
I do have a gold mining video on my channel where me and my kids go to upstate New York with my wife, and we try up in the Adirondacks. We finish with this little flake, and we are so happy.
Oh my
yeah.
God, that
That's
is
awesome,
a
man.
lifelong goal of mine, to pan for gold and find it. It doesn't matter if I could see a piece of gold and I find it, that's all I need.
The amount of work that we had to put in to get that little, I'm talking not microscopic. You
Right.
can see it with the naked eye.
which is tiny.
Tiny little pebble, beach sand pebble.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of, no, not tons. Lots of buckets of dirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen some YouTubers who do like, oh, I bought this box of dirt for $1,500 and let's see if it's got the gold in it and stuff like that. And that's
Pay dirt, yeah.
wild to me.
I
Leslie
found a little
Charles made a
tiny.
channel on that. Yeah.
I found a little tiny bag of pay dirt at a garage sale one time, and it came with a pan, to pan it out.
Yeah.
I paid $15 for it, and I found, I think, like around a gram of gold and like 5 or 6 little teeny nuggets.
That's
That's
legit.
funny.
It was worth it. It was cool.
Yeah,
that
oh,
is
absolutely.
Yeah, Tyler, on our first stream, he said the snake skins. On our first stream, he won one and bought snake skins. They're actually cool. Have you seen those yet, Meryl?
I have. Yeah, that's what's his name? So my Facebook
Andy.
friend.
Andy.
Yeah,
yep.
Andy Weedig. Yeah, they're actually very, very cool, super cheap. I mean, if you want to do something aesthetically to your detector and it protects the wire, it's pretty good. It's like
The scratches.
Two birds,
Yeah.
one stone.
yeah.
Think about
Oh,
this,
yeah.
right? How many times you go to reach for your detector or something like that, and like somebody with you has the same one, and you're like, oh, that's not my detector.
Everybody
Yeah,
swings
it's
the
pretty
Equinox
dime a
these
dozen now at
Yeah.
this point,
So when you have one of these skins on your machine, right, you can pick your own like unique color. There's plenty of colors, and you could just spot your machine like right away. That's one thing about those things that besides the protection that I think is so great. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
get them
Everyone likes personalization, for sure.
Mhm.
real cheap, and they add value to the machine because they're protecting the coil. The
Guess
coil.
who's in the chat? Charlie Harley's in the chat. He said
Charlie
just watch your-
Harley.
Just watch your GW. Just watch your GW video. So I hope you liked it. That was a fun one.
Video.
That was a really fun one. So
Is one of the
Hey, I
best.
see some familiar names out there. I have not checked the chat. Forgive me,
yeah, I
guys.
haven't either. No, I got busy talking. So
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, what's up?
he said, "Ask Meryl how many of his peeps have Knoxes."
Well, Jonathan is one of them. Yeah, we were in the park just yesterday, and every single one of us is swinging the Equinox. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. It's a movement, it's a lifestyle.
it is.
Will
I'm probably
Garrett
gonna switch.
Will Garrett come out with
Do it.
the machine that matches the Equinox? We'll see.
No.
We'll see in 2 days.
No.
I don't know.
yeah,
I think a lot of us are on the same page. I think it's going to be in the simplex range.
Yep.
we'll see. What'd you think of the Simplex, Meryl?
I think that's really a game changer for price point. I did not like well, I can't say I didn't like the Nocta Macro. I made a rap about it. It's the Turkish genius in my trunk because I use the Equinox, and I use I even the Safari I like a little bit better. It's probably the familiarity, like you said, when you switched from Garrett from the AT Pro to there's a learning curve, and I went from the Safari really to the Nocta Macro first, and then I was just like, okay, this is not the same thing.
Yeah.
And
Playing a different game here.
yeah, and it was a familiarity, and it just it made sense to me perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I've come to realize is that once you become comfortable with a machine, you know, it almost becomes like a sixth sense in regards to you're just swinging and you know what sounds right and you know what to go on and you it's just a default, you know. And so today Trey and I were out there and I don't know about Trey, but I had never really used 50 tones on the 800. I stick to 5 tones for the most part. So we switched it up and it threw me askew a little bit, but at the end of the day, I think it's something that's going to, you know, make me ultimately better at IDing targets and stuff like that. So it was a leap I had to make regardless, but just that alone threw me out of my comfort zone entirely. And it took a little bit and got used to it and ended up finding some pretty cool stuff, but still it's even small changes like that.
Are you using the park setting, Merrill?
I use Park 2. And I don't like the auto ground balance, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't have that on. Sensitivity, it depends on how trashy the park is.
Yeah. I've been running 0 ground balance, and I haven't, just at the last 3 hunts, I think I've been running 0 ground balance and rolling with that. And I haven't noticed that much a difference either way, quite honestly. And I'm still pulling some sweet stuff and I haven't noticed a difference at this point. So I think that might be the way to go for me until I'm reasonably challenged with the mineralization of the soil or something like that.
Here's my full take on the Equinox. Like, it's my go-to detector. It's my number one. It's my ace. I also have the Safari with the huge coil. It doesn't get the depth of the Safari, at least accurately.
Yeah.
And you really have to hit that signal right on the head, like right in the middle of the coil in order to get it past 8 inches, I would say. Can you get something that's like 9, 10, 11 inches, you know, and really, really luck out, hit it perfectly? Yes. But the big coil on my other one, it goes a little bit deeper. The processing, oh man, it's such a fast detector. It has slowed down my swing, slowed down my walk because, you know, you could hit like 1, 2, 3, you know, targets like in one swing. And New York, that's the thing. Like, it is just trash everywhere. So it's been good for me because it slowed me down. And then when I went back, I've been messing around with my Safari. It slowed me down with the Safari, which was a good thing too. And now I could get deeper with that.
Well, now, let me ask you this, because I think this is something that's pretty subjective, and I just don't know how to calibrate myself accurately. What swing speed do you use? I know you're on the 600, so it's a 3-speed, right?
Slow. I go slow, and I'm getting deeper stuff when it's slow.
Yeah.
The Safari has an ideal swing speed, and if you're not going that speed, you're not going to hit the deepest stuff. Right. Now, here's the thing. I've been looking for it. I've been trying to mentally figure this out. What is that with the Equinox? And I can't quite figure it out. It's just the slow movements. Like, if you Prospect Park, it's no secret anymore. The secret's out. That is New York's amazing park right there. And there's a whole lot of deep stuff there, and you still can hit the deep stuff. It's tough to get. It's going to keep detectorists coming there for generations, arguably. I hope generations.
Yeah.
But you really have to hit it perfectly. And there's other detectors that could go a little bit deeper, but you know, I'm still trying to figure out. You know, maybe it's a matter of like getting the super coil, the big coil with the Equinox to get those, and that'll be, you know, the better buy instead of you know, trying another detector. But the swing speed, I'm really trying to play with that to answer your question.
Yeah. Well, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, just settings wise alone, indecision is the worst decision, I guess, at the end of the day. And having too many options on the 800, I almost wish I had the 1, 2, 3 of the 600. Be like, all right, let me just set it at 2 and call it a day because it's going to be one way or the other. So I run it at 4 in the middle still with the 800 settings, but you know, it's something that I don't know. Am I matching that in the correct pace of my actual swing? So I feel like I got to figure out a better way to calibrate what I need to be at for my swing speed.
You know, the funny thing is, and listening to all of us, we're talking about, we got probably 96% of the Equinox unlocked,
Yeah.
figured out.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to figure out that little 4%.
You gotta get it all.
Good luck.
Yeah. And that's it. It's fine as is, but we're talking
Yeah.
about that, that afterburner.
Taking it
Little
to the next
extra
level,
edge.
yeah. Hitting the
Yeah.
nitrous at that point and just going for it.
We're just looking for that difference, I
Yeah.
mean, Mike and I, we detected the same spot 2 days in a row. We used different settings for the first day to the second day.
Yeah.
And he found 2 silver dimes in a tiny little area, and I found 5 or 6 Indian head pennies.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
turtle bell. Like, I don't know how we missed it. We obviously, it's about putting your coil over it in the end,
Yeah.
but the settings do help. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Changing settings.
That's so interesting to hear that you found all of the Indians and Mike.
Yeah.
found all of,
So
that's
yeah,
weird.
we only the first time we hunted it, it was, I don't know, maybe we pulled 3, 4 Indians
Yeah, maybe
at max,
3
and then you pulled
Indians.
you pulled like 7 today. I pulled 1.
7 or 8.
I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, granted, the first time around, were we cherry picking some of the signals? Certainly, right?
Mm.
And I definitely found myself digging much more iffy signals today than prior, but there were so many different signals, and just switching a setting slightly, and the ground conditions were slightly drier, believe it or not. And it made a world of difference. I mean, the area, now I found a silver quarter the first time in an area that I found my other 2 silvers today. That I was like, how did I miss these signals? And they didn't ring
Right.
up
Right.
as high as I thought they would have for being silver dimes, but not for nothing. It was something that clearly wasn't a good enough signal, or I don't think I absolutely missed it. It must have been an 8x8 area. So
Yeah.
it's wild.
Meryl, did you see Charlie's question? He said, "Have you ever tried Huntington Beach?" He said supposedly it's a hotbed for revolutionary stuff.
Just wrote him back. Gonna head there tomorrow. Heritage Relic Hunters. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, no, you ever see the Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man, where he just,
Yeah.
I'm really trying to live like that. It's just like, okay, yeah, let me give that a try. You learn, and the stuff that doesn't work out, you don't do any again.
Mhm.
So yeah, I definitely want to try that.
There we go.
It's funny. I hit a park one time and I didn't find anything. And then I went back. It's a close local park to me. And I went back and there's actually a guy there detecting it. And I was like, why? I don't understand why. And he was telling me he hadn't found anything that day, but before he had found seeded, he'd found, a walker, like some crazy stuff that you didn't expect. And you're like, man, maybe I should have gave it a little bit more time, So you never know what you're going to find out there. So
You know what's crazy?
I'm
that
a
happened
big
to me
believer.
this weekend?
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I went to a buddy's house at like a small little lake house that was in a town nearby. And I was instructing my girlfriend's little brother like how to use a machine for the first time. So we're out there in the backyard doing it. And then like my buddy's like, oh, the house next door, it's been for sale for like over a year. Nobody lives there, blah, blah. He's like, we could probably detect over there. I was like, yeah, no problem. We'll go over. We just walked around it. I was like, there's not that much grass over here. I'm not going to even detect it. Lo and behold, the next day, my friend, the house next door, he walks outside and there's 3 or 4 metal detectorists in the yard.
Creepy.
3 unknown or 4 unknown people, just because one of his neighbors happened to spy on us and must have had a friend or something like that. He was like, oh, this house is abandoned. We're gonna go over there and dig it. And honestly, we found Jack S in ours. So like, there's no way they found anything. And get this, they left their trash
Oh,
in my
come
buddy's
on.
driveway.
Who does that?
I don't know.
I couldn't
don't know.
believe it, man. I'm
Shame,
sorry, I had to
shame.
rant that out because it was crazy.
Let's go to Meryl's second video here.
Yeah, let's check some stuff out.
We had the Mind Lab Equinox versus the Nocta Macro, but you found the platinum ring that day. So
It's the macro, surprisingly.
with the macro,
Yeah,
No comment.
That's the
it's
beauty
platinum
about
sound.
public places.
spiteful machine.
Platinum.
Whenever you start to criticize it starts to really find some good stuff.
that's when it really kicks in.
Nothing
That's
like a
right.
metal detector scorned, right?
The thing is, it's got the potential. I have a video where I pulled a 16-inch target with that machine. Does it go deep? It sure does, but it's like having the afterburners on with a jet that like really struggles to steer.
Yeah.
That's me. It's a very subjective thing too, and the Equinox makes sense to me. I can't say the same thing about the Amphibio, the Noctamacro Amphibio. Maybe it's the multi-bands, maybe that makes the difference, but I can't detect with something that doesn't make sense to me. I've read the book, I've done my due diligence. But long story short, you were asking the video, it's the 800 versus the Noctamacro. And in that one, the Macro won, but pulled platinum.
Interesting. That's strange. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. The Lady Nocta. Here, let me pull it up.
Does platinum sound like gold?
It rings up a little bit different.
Higher?
I'm trying to remember now. I remember we tested it. It's a fantastic video. Tony Eisenhower, he does a chart, and there's no like one sound for platinum or one sound for gold. It's a whole entire range, and it depends on the thickness of the metal. That one specifically, it would be like the equivalent of a 14 on the Equinox, and on the Amphibio it was mid 40s. I remember that. But anything in that range, we could be getting pull tabs, we could be getting can slaw, we could be getting all sorts of stuff. But if you don't dig it, you don't know.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing you could do to like really figure out a little bit about it is pinpoint, and you listen to it when you listen to the signature of it when you pinpoint. You can tell how big it is. Of course, that's where the rusty caps like really kill you. But
yeah, those are tough to distinguish sometimes. They ring up really.
My Garrett, so like I feel like I'm missing gold all the time.
Well, that's like Eric. You sent me the video, and I think a lot of us have seen it out there. That Equinox test video with all those different gold rings, and the scale and scope of what they rang up at was honestly mind-boggling. And you obviously your tendency is naturally to skip those 8s, 9s, and stuff like that. That's going to be aluminum foil 9 times out of 10, but that 10th time is going to be your gold wedding band that is going to be in perfect condition, or whatever it may be. And it really is a true testament that you got to dig it all.
And that video was the reason why I got rid of the Nox.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
because you have to dig everything, and I'm not a big fan about digging everything.
Hey, it's the detecting zone. He's in the chat. That's Jonathan.
I think it's karma's way of telling me that I need to invest.
Just pulled out a ring with the Equinox.
Oops. Oh, is this the Equinox
my eyesight's
ring?
really good. So
man, you found a lot of jewelry this day,
if
man.
it has any marking.
Yeah.
Ooh, it is marked 925.
925. Good way to start the day.
There we
Silver
go.
ring for Merrill.
What?
His first day with the Equinox 600.
And I have a feeling there's going to be many more days with the Equinox.
You like it so far?
Love it.
Love it?
Oh my God, this is what I should have gotten instead of the Nocta.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Errol, talking to you from
That's
the
funny. Sorry, Meryl,
From the future saying 925 was actually platinum.
Yeah. That's
was
wild.
that the actual platinum ring?
No, the next one was platinum.
Oh, the next one.
Oh, I was gonna say
3 words.
It just was marked,
There's a place
two
for the
rings
Nocta.
just like that. Silver, then
Well,
platinum.
this video, they
Parks
find
later this year.
Do the parks, super deep signals. It works for that.
We
But
could go back to that park that we were looking for, the amusement park.
there you go.
That would be good because you had gotten silver pretty deep. from there.
It's like
always
my
a good
power
day when
left-handed
you can
reliever. But I'm not
detect
going
it
to start the game with him. No, I'm not. This is my starter.
Boy shorts.
Cool.
Lady Nocta has a temper. Wait for it.
Jonathan's like, give it back.
No, if you get the
Yeah, this was the video that I switched detectors with Jonathan there. Detecting zone. That's my buddy Jonathan.
Yeah.
He's the one that
I don't know.
introduced me to
I like
the
this
Equinox.
as it is. And the
I mean,
other
going
one,
back to being a connoisseur, that's a connoisseur can do that kind of stuff.
There you go.
do you think it's worth it?
I mean, you do prospecting.
I do.
So
Yeah, he's
that
talking
gold
about
mode would be great.
my docs, and
If you're
I
looking for
found
nuggets and stuff.
pennies with
So-
the lights.
Yeah, but we're talking upstate New York here. You know, and the Nocta has a gold mode, and I believe that one would be decent.
This machine is known also for getting a lot of small earrings. So if you just can't find something, it's probably going through your scoop. That's happened to me many times.
Wow.
Like small
Oh,
earrings.
there's the
Quarter.
Nice, I gotta get on that.
Let me
Another
pull up
quarter.
the ring.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's later in this video, the platinum.
Oh, I saw this. I thought
It was at a different beach.
No, it was
Is
a
it
quarter.
after the
Don't
find
think
a
it's
diamond
gold.
earring
Maybe
there?
gold plated.
video too?
Last year I
But I
found,
see the copper color.
I think it was 80 rings or something.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What do you do with
Beach
these,
season in New
Meryl?
York is no joke. It is no
No,
joke.
it wasn't. It's a little piece of beach bling that is
What do you do
decaying
with
like
your
crazy.
jewelry, Meryl?
Hoarding!
35%.
Yeah,
George,
all
my
right.
mind.
I like that.
What the cool
First
kids
nickel
do.
with the
Uh,
again, but here's the problem.
It was the one after this one.
We got a deep here.
Yeah,
See what we
right
got.
there.
Credit there. Got a rusty nail at 6 inches. Well, I'll
this
be
one right here, Meryl?
Nope,
Is that
next
fine?
one.
Next one.
That's a pretty one.
darned. Lady Nocta has spoken.
Here we go, right there.
Goodness.
There we go.
Wow.
That's a beautiful
Wow, it has a
ring.
marking and
smokes.
everything. Cool. That's a real diamond then, obviously, right?
Yeah, that was
Wow.
tested and it's real. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I saw
That's
that.
probably the most expensive find of last year.
Wow.
The same beach, my buddy Carlos, who's in this video, he got a chain that like literally, like you will have muscles in your legs like from wearing that chain. Okay, like that thing was off the chain. Yeah,
That's
Was
awesome.
it silver or what metal was that chain?
gold,
Oh,
Heavy.
wow.
heavy
Nice.
gold.
Nice.
That's a beautiful ring.
Imagine
Holy
losing
cow.
that.
Oh, yeah, it'd be so tight.
Yeah,
Oh, that would not be good. You know,
That-
Yeah, I
that would
just
not
dropped
be-
$5,000 into the beach.
pretty much, pretty much.
I
And
pulled
Meryl's
a.
found some grills.
On grills.
Yeah, he found grills.
Oh, were those real diamonds or were those fake?
No, those were. It was actually engraved. The
Oh.
grills.
Did you try them on, Meryl?
Of course I did. I rap with them all the time in my videos.
Where do you
Cane,
think
a
you
fur
find
coat,
the
throw
most
the grills
gold,
on, you know.
Meryl? Where do you think you find the most gold?
Beach, definitely beach.
Yeah,
Definitely the beach.
that makes sense.
Yep.
I mean,
As you get in
it-
the water, your hands, they fall off.
now, Meryl, I mean, if you had to break it down, your park hunting versus your beach hunting, what would the breakdown be percentage-wise?
I go back and forth on that. Okay, percentage-wise. Right now, you're not going to get as much at the beach. And
Okay,
You
yeah,
know,
makes sense.
Well, yeah. that makes
parks,
Beaches need to be replenished, right?
exactly. They can have push-in. I would say overall, you get more competition on beaches,
Yeah,
and things get cleaned up a lot more than in parks. I would say from May onwards until really December, I'm going to beaches a lot.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's a
And-
seasonality kind of thing, almost like us hitting fields before planting season and then house permissions after.
Yeah, I imagine it's the same because like you get the ground plowed and it could pull up something that's like really old.
It's a new field. It's an
Yeah.
entirely new field.
There you go.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Tyler said dirt gold is elusive, and he is not wrong. It's tough to find.
Never
gold.
dug any gold yet. So
No, oh,
plates
I
and
have a
fill,
gold ring,
but
but that's about it.
Yeah,
I've only
so-
dug 3 pieces of gold. They were all in public parks, though. All out there in public dirt.
My recent ring up as an 1819. It was a bracelet. You know that silver bracelet that you saw in the picture, Greg? That you said.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's actually ring up as an 18 or 19, which
So it might
but
be
it's heavy.
old.
Yeah, that thing is dense.
It's very, very dense, and you can't tell, but I think I see a K on it.
Oh,
The markings are kind of rubbed
It
Let me
off.
it's a
test it for
sweet
you.
bracelet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
scratch test.
Trey, you gotta go over to Greg's house real bad and get stuff tested.
I know.
The laboratory.
Especially that rash I have. I got to get that tested out.
we should have like an event.
I have
when
creams
all
for that.
over.
I'm covered in poison ivy still.
Comes with the territory of detecting, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
When it's all over, we meet up and acid test all the things we're suspicious of.
Yeah.
Meryl, let's pull up. I was just about to talk about my Trime, but we have your Trime on here too.
Always
Second-
good to see a Trime come out of the ground.
It was his
Having
best
fun.
day ever, according to the title here. Is that true, Meryl? This was your best day ever?
I don't
Everyday
know.
detecting is the best day ever.
You know what's funny? This is not a detecting video. This is a mudlarking video.
Really?
You didn't
Is
find it with a
What?
detector?
I did
I
not
wanna
find it
do
with a
that too.
detector.
You
Yeah.
eyeballed a
Seriously.
Trime? Are you serious?
Wow. Oh my
Stop.
god.
I've never heard of Dead Horse
Book of
Bay.
World Records. Call them
wanna
up.
hit
In
I
Dead
do that
Horse
so bad.
Bay?
Yep,
No
Oh,
way.
I've been there. Nice.
I've
Yep.
been there too.
yep.
Cool. Awesome. I cannot
I
believe
thought
you
it was
found
a button.
Trime there.
You know
I
what you
had
find
no
tons
idea.
of there? Pond's cold cream.
Yeah, those jars.
Oh, those
Pond's
little
cold
things,
cream
yeah.
jars, the white milk glass jars. They're
Yeah.
everywhere.
We gotta watch this right now. I gotta pull up his Trime finder.
I want to see
Yeah,
this.
I want to see
it.
this. I've never seen it.
This is funny. Oh my gosh! Right.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not like, oh my god, it's a Trime. I had no idea what it was until
Oh,
after the video.
Put it in their glove. Today I'm going for that home run.
It's around here.
All right,
Okay.
real marble.
Oops.
Cool.
I went-
Now, in the same video, a lady named Adele, she pulls a Morgan dollar.
Somebody like leaped
What?
up and caught it in their glove.
Kidding?
Today I'm
So you're
going
just
for that home run.
You're just walking
All right,
the beach
real marble.
looking for the
Now
objects.
that is quite a shotgun shell right there.
Yes and no. I mean, nowadays,
Look at
everybody
this.
is
Here it
digging.
is.
Yep.
Wow.
Little
How did you see it?
button.
Button.
That's not a button.
That's not a
Oh
button.
my god.
That's amazing. And
That
you
is
think
insane.
how hard they're to find with a metal
With a detector, let alone
Yeah.
your
But
eyes.
Meryl, were you searching for coins there?
I do. All of my videos that I
Okay,
do
okay.
at Dead Horse Bay, I'm looking for coins. And I know that
Okay.
foreign coins, they can be smaller. But I had no idea, actually, number one, that a Trime was so tiny. I thought it would be like a dime size or something like that, because I had found a 2-cent piece detecting. That's huge. That's like bigger than a nickel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, 3 cent, that's probably something that's like really bigger. No, I saw United States of America, and I'm like, wait a second, and I'm like, 3? Holy cow!
That's
That's
so cool.
I got to
Yeah.
check that off my bucket list.
Can't really
So,
see it.
Yeah.
It's got
That is
I don't
not
have one
far,
either.
dude. We can all take a trip out there.
Trey, I think Joe is trying to join back in.
I want
by the
to
way.
again, Julian.
I'll let him back in here.
I'll go this weekend.
Now, Meryl, do you need a permit to go to Dead Horse Bay?
Nah,
Nope.
No.
nah.
When I went, we were the only ones there.
Really?
You don't
Yeah.
bring your detector though, Meryl, right?
Don't have a demo.
I've tried.
beautiful.
You tried? Okay.
There
Will
we
they
go.
give you a problem if you try to bring your detector?
If they catch you.
Okay. I figured that. Me and my buddy went and he was like, leave the detector in the car. We'll go with our shovels and just. So we did that. We did a little bottle digging and the side of, where where the grass grows on top of the garbage there.
Yeah, that's the source.
We just dug it out. It was so much fun.
You'll be shocked if you haven't been there in a while, like how far back. Because even in the short time that I've been going there maybe a year and a half. I've seen that wall move back because everybody is digging from it.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-oh. She's mad now. Case. Whoa. Watch casing.
You never
Little
know
piece
what
of
you're gonna
silver.
find. There's so much stuff down there. And
Yeah.
something
Dead
better-
Horse Bay was a dump for what? Like
New York City.
until like the
Um,
mid 1800s?
nickel as
No,
well.
sanitation department, New York, I think was 1870s. And from that point, the early dumping started, and really the majority of the stuff that you see is like 30s, 40s, 50s. That's what
Really?
it really
Wow.
got. Yeah, it was dirty industrial. This ring, okay, you see that? Pause it right there. This
Oh,
ring,
yeah.
I have found 2 of those. That is not a diamond. I thought it was with the first time that I found it, and my friend found one of these too.
Are
Same
you
ring.
serious? What kind of
Herkimer
is it-
diamond? Is it like one of those quartz diamonds?
It's a silver ring, and it's
Easy.
yeah,
Zirconia.
yeah.
Wow. Imagine eyeballing that.
I have
yeah, I
one
mean-
precious ring. Like I would love to find it.
Look at this.
So everybody digs there. This was the coolest ring.
Oh.
Oh,
Is that
that's
real
gnarly.
gold?
Yeah, that's real gold.
Wow.
So
Oh
Merrill,
my.
when you're finding a lot, I mean, you find a significant amount of rings. How many? Obviously, precious metal aside, how many of the stones are legit based on what you find? Would you say a decent amount of them?
Yeah, a decent amount of them. Like
Yeah.
especially the ones at beaches.
Yeah,
This
that
one I
makes
did a
sense.
video on testing it out. If you put a ruby under the black light, like magic
Yeah,
happens.
fluorescence.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
certain
Diamonds
stones,
will do it
it's
too
wild.
sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I had a one of my great aunts was a paleontologist and geologist, and unfortunately, I didn't get to know her too well before she passed. But we have a lot of the stuff that she dug up. Trey actually saw one of the displays in my house, but we have a black light, and there's some pretty
Yes,
gnarly
it is.
gems and stuff that she has that you could shine on and see all the craziness that happens with it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a really cool collection.
Something, and it's got a horseshoe on it.
Oh, this is neat.
It's not a Morgan dollar, but
Oh yeah, back up a little bit. You wait until you see Adele's the person you want to know there. She larks like that all the time. I think right about there. Yeah, it's at the end of the video right there. This is where she pulls the Morgan dollar. And you
Part maybe it was part of a chain.
that's a Morgan dollar.
That's a
Jerk.
And it's heavy too.
Jerk, give me a hug. I was about to say, let me get neck. Oh my God.
Wow.
Have you ever found a silver dollar?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
metal.
Oh my God.
But not a Morgan dollar.
That's an
Okay.
embezzle, it looks like.
Sacagawea dollar last week.
No, I think. Do you know what this is?
I found this.
Do you have any idea what this is?
No, I have no idea,
This is
but
a
I know I
heart.
beat you today.
You might have beat me, Adele. This is a.
Mida?
Can you let me say what it is? You don't know what it is. It's not a medallion. It's not a medal. This is a Morgan dollar.
Really?
That's a Morgan dollar.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a more. It was part of a chain, a pendant.
You just found a Morgan dollar.
Man.
Whoopee, I beat you.
That's good. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
That's incredible. Now, have you seen? There's a daughter-dad duo that digs in. I think they dig in the city. What?
I met them.
Have you ever? Did you? I
Yeah.
love their videos, man. They find some amazing things, and I love their videos.
Yeah.
They seem like
Yeah, I met them in Prospect Park one day.
That's
really.
awesome.
And the daughter's always so genuinely like pumped to find something. I love watching their videos.
I hope my kids will embrace it the way that she does.
Me
It's up
too,
to them,
man.
but yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's go to.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear
Yeah, yes.
I had a microphone problem talking, like nobody could hear me.
you. I heard we're just ignoring it.
My wife.
That might be the case. Let's see.
I don't think they noticed that you entered for a little bit either, Joe. I was like, here's the code.
Hey, I got a CTX for sale. Anybody want to buy it?
No, okay.
Did you not go out and find something with it
No,
already?
I did, man, but it killed me today. It
Did it?
definitely beat me up. Yeah.
You gotta hit the
yeah,
gym, bro.
Yeah.
That thing
it
is
did.
heavy, right? It's heavy.
No, actually, it's
That's
not so
something that
bad.
always
I didn't-
throws me off. And I mean, like Eric, I mean, you got it too. And I mean, even with the Amphibio, right? It's all that like weighted in the shaft itself towards the end, and I don't know. That was something that always threw me off. I kind of like how the Knox is just a little
Actually,
bit
the
more.
CTX is pretty balanced. I didn't have any problem at all.
No, not the balance itself. Honestly, for me, it's
No, like the weight,
visual.
the weight wise, didn't
Yeah.
bother me either. It's just as
Yeah.
heavy as the Amphibio. It's no different. Maybe a little bit
That's
heavier.
That's true.
But it's
They have
the
those
whole
big
command
battery
pole.
packs at the back.
Preventing my
right?
dog from eating my dinner.
Yeah, that's what helps out having the battery pack on the end of it. It actually balances the machine, so it's not really that. Doesn't feel that heavy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know. I
Speaking
just
of
like
dinner,
how simple.
I gotta sign off.
See you,
I'm
Greg.
gonna go.
Bye, Greg.
I'm gonna go
Greg.
get some chow. Hopefully, see
find
you guys
another
for a
GW
hunt
button.
soon. You guys
Yeah.
want to do a hunt soon?
Yeah.
We
I
gotta
want to
get
do a hunt like now.
I want to go hunting real bad.
Meryl,
All right,
I'm gonna
guys,
pull
I'll
up.
keep in touch.
Bye,
Take
Greg.
care. Enjoy the
Greg.
rest of your
See you,
night.
Greg.
Take care, buddy.
I'm gonna
Bye-bye.
bring up this barber, Meryl.
There we go. I found a barber today, and I think it's life mocking me with barbers because I have no hair.
Yeah.
See the
maybe that's
skip
what it is.
also?
Is it a dime,
Hear that?
Mike?
Yeah, it was a dime. I think you found it today.
All right, so I'm going to stick my probe down there. Let's see what happens. So what do you do when you're not sure about a
was gonna
signal?
say, if you wanna try a-
especially if you're in sand, you try to get it closer to the target.
You know, that sounds like nothing you would like want to dig at this point.
Right?
Yeah.
That high squeak, that blip, blip, blip. It's like
I'm in the right spot,
try
but
it.
I got to go deeper. All right, so we are about a
The
foot down.
coil, that coil's
I see it looks like a quarter. That's silver right here. So
Man, that was pretty
we're going
deep,
to pull
too.
this out together.
Oh, it was on edge.
Yeah, it was sticking straight up.
Oh my God. Jonathan, look. Oh my God. This is a bucket list item.
Oh, I love it.
The
Yo,
barber Half-Life.
Uh-huh.
silver.
No way. Is FK or Benjamin?
A barber.
Oh, Barber? Jesus.
That's so cool.
Is it a Kennedy or Benjamin? Better.
Barber, Jesus.
Ah,
That's an awesome coin.
That was the luckiest signal I ever dug
I
because of
can't
where
believe it
was.
sounded like that, and it turned out to be such a sweet find.
Because of where it was. When you
Yeah.
swing with that coil, you're picking up. I mean, it can isolate. It can. But let's face it. You're in New York. You're going to be. There's a lot of different targets, and you get a few under there. So you're really trying to swing and isolate as much as possible. Now we're in the dunes, past the dunes, in an area that used to be full of bungalows. And
Okay.
I'm telling you, everything that is there, it is either, oh my God, like 99 times out of 100 is trash. The other 1% of the time, it's like a penny, or, you find wheat cents. You find silver there. I found silver in another video. Now this one, it really came out of nowhere. And it was
That's so
really,
cool.
I've tried detecting there many other times. Never with the same luck.
Yeah. That's insane. I think
That's super cool.
Dennis said I went a week after this video to hunt. I was hoping to have the luck like Meryl.
Yeah, I used up my luck on that one. So
yeah. Well, that's an awesome find.
Meryl, you said you're out in Rhode Island.
No, he's on Long Island.
yeah, Long Island, Freeport, Southern Long Island. But
sorry.
yeah, I'm usually around. I go to all the boroughs of the city.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
What's
Chris is
what's
out
been
there.
the most successful borough out of all five?
Wow,
In
that's a
detective
good
terms.
Brooklyn. I would say Brooklyn.
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Brooklyn.
Is that just based on more available land? Would you say, or just
You read
overall
you read
better?
my mind right there. So there's real estate that you can dig in Brooklyn. The parks in Manhattan, they're scarce. There's barely any on the permit that you can. The Bronx is kind of the uncovered borough, but there's also, there's tons of bottle caps that are there.
My dad's a Bronx boy.
Yeah, Queens is, that's my home borough. Surprisingly, I haven't detected it a lot in my videos, but you know, I did when I was early to into detecting. Staten Island, you know what? Each one of them is so different. Staten Island, you want to go around the perimeter of it. I mean, the beaches there are the best for picking up old stuff.
Yeah.
But
I found a Rev War box plate on Staten Island, a Scottish regimental box plate from the Revolutionary War.
Holy
it was
cow.
like the 73rd or 5th or something regiment, and he was out there on the island, like you said, Staten Island.
Yeah. No, it's
Merrill, you ever hunt a newer show?
no, I have not. I think I will now.
Yeah, they
Yes,
find a lot
man.
of good stuff there. I worked there. That's why I was wondering.
You know, we're in an area in New York I want to get to that's not too far upstate. I mean, it's considerably a distance from the boroughs, but I want to hunt Kingston, New York, the original capital of.
That's right.
I think that would be such a cool hunt, and I drive past there a lot for work. I go into Kingston a little bit for work, and there's some pretty cool farmland over there that I feel like
It's
might
no
be
man's
some
land.
wild stuff.
Now, Merrill, can you detect Central Park?
Not allowed to. Yeah.
Oh, man, just imagine.
Rumor is there's people that go into it and do it anyway, but you know, it's parks enforcement. There's a video that I did where even a park on the permit, I got busted.
So you need a permit in some parts of New York, right?
Yes, you need the permit, and I had the permit, and I still got ticketed, but I fought the ticket and I won. But
yeah,
good, because them ticketing you.
There's bigger
not
fish
with
to
them.
fry.
no, you have to stand up on for the precedent with that, and I did, and.
Good.
But you know, if somebody is out of the know, I mean, they would be right if you get a ticket and you're detecting Central Park. It's not on the permit.
What's the cost per permit, Merrill?
It's a $50 ticket.
That's not
No,
terrible.
what's the cost to get the permit for hunting the parks?
It's free.
Oh.
It's totally free.
Free, yeah.
Oh,
It's
so it's
free.
a no-brainer. You just do the work in advance, and you don't get a ticket.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just do the paperwork.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
guess what? When you come out and detect our farmland, we won't make you have a permit, okay?
He'll be lost.
Where we going?
There's not
Where we
even an easy
going?
pass or anything you need to worry about at that point.
That's
That's
true.
a city boy right there.
You got to pay
Yeah.
that $15 toll back and forth. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's worth every penny right there.
Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've been working with the farm. It's called Grow Row in north central New Jersey. You know, unfortunately, they're kind of shutting down. They're a nonprofit who donates all their produce to needy families and kids. So we raised some money for them, and they've let us in turn. Not because we raised money, but they've been letting us hunt, and
It's
they want to
been
make us
such a blessing.
They want to make us part of the program, teach the kids that they bring out from the inner city. They teach them about farming and healthy eating, but they want us to teach them about metal detecting now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool. I cannot wait for this whole thing to be over so we can start getting that into.
Right?
And if you want to select a haircut for me, look, I'm growing my hair for you guys. You see, look at this. You can donate the remainder to
When's
Grow
Jersey
Row,
opening up?
and then-
Are they opening up the end of the month?
I'm not sure yet.
Unclear as of yet. We've been pushed back to June 6th at this point, and I don't know what's to follow.
We're opening on the 20th, so I was surprised.
Yeah.
I'll
Connecticut.
lose the beard. I'll do whatever you want. Help Grow Row. Shave
Yeah.
my head.
We're like
Full
$50.
donations.
We're like $60 away from $1,500 raised, so that's pretty cool.
All right, guys.
I might take the leap, Julian, and just come up with some sort of like.
You can select it.
haircut.
Julie,
Triple-
get the Flowbee, baby. Remember the Flowbee?
Triple reverse mohawk where it goes like 3 stripes across my head. You know,
Oh,
or like
man.
you know, you could do an X across it or whatever you want, you know, but we're doing it for Grow Row.
Yeah. So
We got a photo bomber here. Say hi, Gab.
Hey, what are
Thanks,
you
Ian.
doing?
Hey.
Future
Hello.
detectorist.
There you go. How are you?
How you doing, Gab?
Wow.
Hi.
Are you gonna be a metal detectorist too? You
There we
are?
go.
That's a good.
Oh,
Good. That's awesome.
How
Well,
old
I
is she, Errol?
I'm sorry?
How old is she?
Oh, she's 6.
6. I got a 7-year-old.
7. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got a
there we go.
7-year-old too.
oh, there
Used
you
to say
go.
6.
Lucky
Yeah.
number 7.
Yep.
You
I
guys
just
are
got the look of death.
Lucky number 7.
I know. I feel your pain.
Now, when you meet up, you can schedule a play date.
Right?
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. See, there you go. All right, well, cool. I'm going. That was an hour. It went by really
Wow, that
fast.
flew.
That hour flew by.
I'm going to in the live stream. We'll stay on and chat for just a little bit
Yeah.
longer because I definitely want to talk to you, Meryl. But thanks for
Oh,
everybody
wait,
for
before you
watching.
end the live stream,
What?
whoever won the buttons last week never sent us their email.
Oh, that's true.
So,
yeah. If you won the
watching,
button,
you know.
I'll look back and see who won. But if you're in here, please send the address to our email so we can send it to you. So, but yeah, that was fun.
Thank you.
If you haven't subscribed, obviously, to Metal Detecting NYC and Merrill, do it. He has way more subscribers than we have.
Great
So I
channel.
don't know who we're trying to. But
Subscribe to us too if you're here from this channel. You know, like,
I mean, yeah, naturally. Yeah,
please, we're
brotherhood,
begging you, dude.
again,
Please.
oh, man.
I am.
Cost $0 to sub.
Yes, Meryl.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, go watch our GW video because it's really cool. And we'll talk to you later. All right, bye, guys.
video.
Later.